September 22, 2022. 7 p.m. Underwood Close, Harborne, Birmingham. Richard Hopley sits in his car. Age 43. Driver for someone in the illegal trade. His job? Transport. Low risk. Or so he thinks. Tonight's different. His phone buzzes. Text message. Customer coming now. Wait there. A figure approaches. Young man. Mid-20s. Mohammed Qasim. Hopley doesn't know this man planned everything. Doesn't know that in 60 seconds, his life will change forever. Hopley unlocks doors. Slides in. Friendly smile. All right, mate. Hand moving to pocket. Like. He's reaching for money. But it's not money. It's a knife. Don't move. Qasim says quietly, but Hopley isn't staying. Survival instinct kicks in. Hand reaches for gear shift. Foot pressing accelerator. Qasim lunges forward. Blade strikes. Hopley trying to escape. Vision blurring. Pain. Overwhelming. But still driving. Qasim jumps out. Rolls onto pavement. Watches car accelerate away. Two more figures emerge from shadows. Been watching whole time. Nicholas Stallard, 43 years old. Paul Hayles, 66 years old. Both running after the car. Attacking it from outside. Windows. Doors. Anything they can reach. But the car keeps moving. Hopley's still conscious. Finally, impact. Car crashes. Stops. Silence. The three men look at each other. This wasn't supposed to happen this way. This was supposed to be robbery. Quick. Clean. Take the substances. Take the money. Leave. Instead. Disaster. Witnesses potentially saw. Crash attracted attention. Sirens, in distance already. Qasim makes decision instantly. We're done. Get out. Now. The three scatter. Different directions. Stallard and Hayles disappear into Birmingham streets. They'll be caught later. They'll face consequences. But Qasim? He has different plan. He's going to Pakistan, tonight. Before police can identify him. To understand this story, we need to understand the operation Richard Hopley worked for. Hopley wasn't dealer. Wasn't supplier. Wasn't organizer. He was driver. Transportation. The person who made deliveries possible but stayed removed from actual transactions. The business model. Someone higher up identity never publicly revealed in court documents ran operations supplying illegal substances across Birmingham. Standard urban distribution network. Multiple drivers. Multiple locations. Rotating schedules to avoid patterns. Hopley's role specifically. Collect product from one location. Transport to another. Wait while transactions happened. Return. He never handled substances directly. Never negotiated prices. Never met customers. Just drove. Why this role exists? Plausible deniability. If stopped by police, he's just driver. No contraband on him personally, no direct involvement in transactions. Harder to prosecute. The reality. Still, completely illegal. Conspiracy to supply applies to everyone in chain. Drivers included. Courts recognize transportation as essential component of operation. But Hopley likely rationalized it. I'm just driving. Not hurting anyone. Just making money. The pay, reportedly decent. Enough to justify risk. Cash payments. No taxes. No questions. How long he'd been doing this? Unknown. Months? Years? Court documents don't specify. But long enough to feel comfortable. Long enough to think he understood the risks. The actual risks he faced. Police raids and arrests. Rival operations and violence. Customers who were actually robbers. He probably prepared for first two. Police arrest? Part of the business. Rivalry between operations? Keep head down. Stay alert. But the third risk? The fake customer. The setup robbery? Probably never seriously considered it. Because here's the thing about criminal enterprises. Everyone's potentially your enemy. No honor among participants. No loyalty beyond immediate profit. Anyone might be planning to rob you. And on September 22, 2022, 4 men decided to do exactly that. Mohammed Qasim didn't wake up that morning planning violence. The scheme was simpler. Robbery. Take the substances. Take the money. Get away clean. How they identified the target? Unknown. But likely through criminal networks. Someone who knew Hopley's boss. Someone knew the operations patterns. Someone knew vulnerabilities. The setup was classic bait. Fake customer. Request product. Arrange meeting. Isolated location. Multiple attackers. Overwhelm target. Take everything. Qasim's specific role, the buyer. He'd approach vehicle. Get inside under pretense of transaction. Once inside, produce weapon. Threaten driver. Force compliance. Others would assist from outside if needed. The goal, substances plus cash. Street value possibly thousands of pounds. Low risk if done correctly. Driver unlikely to report to police would incriminate himself. Perfect crime in theory. The team. Mohammed Qasim. Primary attacker. Inside vehicle. Nicholas Stallard. Backup. Outside vehicle. Paul Hayles. Backup. Outside vehicle. Fourth, man, name undisclosed. Backup. Getaway. Coordination. 4 against 1. Isolated location. Element of surprise. Should be straightforward. What went wrong? Hopley fought back. Instead of compliance. Resistance. Instead of surrendering substances. He tried to escape. Qasim's response. Escalation. Not just threats. Actual violence. Knife deployed. Wounds inflicted. This is where robbery becomes something much worse. Where plan goes catastrophically off course. Where consequences multiply exponentially. Because now instead of theft, which carries sentence of months to few years, they're looking at much more serious charges. Stallard and Hayles probably realized immediately. This isn't what we planned. This went too far. Need to distance ourselves. But too late. Already involved. Already present. Already accessories to whatever just happened. The legal reality. Under UK law, if you participate in conspiracy to rob, and someone during that robbery causes serious harm, you share culpability. Even if you didn't personally inflict wounds. Even if you didn't intend violence. You were part of plan that led to this outcome. This is why Stallard and Hayles eventually get convicted of manslaughter plus conspiracy to rob. They didn't personally attack Hopley. But they were there. They were part of plan. They share responsibility. Qasim, though, he's the one who actually attacked. He's the one who produced knife. He's the one whose actions directly caused fatal injuries. Different culpability. Different charges. Different sentence. But in that moment, 7 p.m., September 22nd, 2022, none of them thinking about legal consequences. They're thinking about one thing: escape. September 22nd, 2022, 8 p.m. onwards. Emergency services swarm Underwood close. Ambulance, police, forensics, whole street cordoned off. Residents come outside. What happened? Was that gunshots? Is everyone okay? Police taking statements. Collecting evidence. Processing scene. Meanwhile, 4 men, scattering across Birmingham. Stallard and Hayles go to ground locally. Hide in Birmingham. Change locations frequently. Avoid known associates. Wait to see if police identify them. Qasim and 4th accomplice. Different strategy entirely. They're leaving country. Tonight, if possible. Tomorrow morning latest. The calculation, if they stay in UK, arrest inevitable. Forensics will find DNA. Witnesses might identify. CCTV might show faces. Only question is when police come. If they flee to Pakistan, extradition becomes complex. UK-Pakistan extradition treaty exists, but enforcement sporadic. Depending on connections, money, local protection might stay free indefinitely. It's gamble. But staying in UK is certainty of arrest. Pakistan offers chance of freedom. The logistics. Passports already in order. Probably planned ahead, had escape route ready regardless of job outcome. Money stashed. Contacts in Pakistan, ready to receive them. That night or next morning. 2 flights from UK to Pakistan. Probably separate flights. Different airlines. Different routes. Reduced chance of detection. UK border force not yet alerted. Hopley's incident still being processed. Investigation just beginning. No names yet. No suspects identified. No watch lists updated. Qasim and accomplice walk through airport security. Board planes. Fly away. By time police identify them, probably within 48 hours they're already in Pakistan. Already beyond immediate reach. The irony. They're free. But freedom built on foundation of violence. Freedom that can't last. Freedom that comes with looking over shoulder constantly. And for what? Robbery, that netted nothing. Substances never taken. Money never stolen. Just chaos and consequences, but they don't know full extent yet. Don't know Stallard and Hayles will be arrested within days. Don't know their names will emerge quickly. Don't know UK authorities will pursue them internationally. For now, they just fly. Away from Birmingham. Away from scene. Away from consequences. Or so they think. September 23, 2022. Morning. West Midlands Police Major Crime Unit takes over investigation. What they know. Richard Hopley, 43. Found in crashed vehicle, with severe chest wounds. Incident occurred, Underwood Close, Harborne, approximately 7 p.m. previous evening. Witnesses reported seeing multiple men fleeing scene. Forensic evidence suggests attack occurred inside vehicle. Victim was driver for illegal substance operation. What they need to discover. Who attacked him? Why they attacked him? Where attackers are now? The forensics team processes everything. Vehicle interior, fingerprints, DNA, any trace evidence. Knife, if recovered at scene. Fingerprints. DNA. Clothing fibers. Mobile phone records. CCTV from surrounding streets. Within 48 hours, breakthrough. DNA matches in system. Not Qasim, he probably has no previous convictions, no DNA on file. But possibly Stallard or Hayles. One of them has prior record. DNA in database. Name identified. Address known. Police move quickly. September 25, 2022. Early morning. Simultaneous raids. Nicholas Stallard arrested at residence in Birmingham. Officers find him quickly. He hasn't fled far. Maybe didn't think police would identify him so fast. Maybe had nowhere to go. Paul Hayles arrested separately. Same day. Also still in Birmingham. Both taken to custody. Both interviewed extensively. Both initially say nothing, no comment to every question. But evidence mounting. DNA at scene matches both. CCTV shows them in area at time of incident. Mobile phone records place them at location. Witnesses potentially identify them. Their solicitors advise, evidence overwhelming. Conviction, likely. Best strategy. Cooperation. Admit involvement but minimize culpability. Claim didn't intend serious harm. Claim it was supposed to be simple robbery. Eventually both provide statements. Yes, they were there. Yes, it was planned robbery. No, they didn't expect violence. No, they didn't personally attack Hopley. Qasim was the one with knife. Fourth man also present, but they're not identifying him. This gives police crucial information. Names of other 2 attackers. Mohammed Qasim and unnamed fourth man. Police immediately check. Where are these 2? Flight records, both left UK within 24 hours of incident. Destination. Pakistan. UK border force notified too late. European arrest warrant issued but irrelevant, they're not in Europe. International cooperation requested. Pakistani authorities notified. But realistically? Chances of extradition from Pakistan, low. No automatic extradition, requires cooperation, requires legal proceedings, requires Pakistani government deciding it's worth effort. Most criminals who flee to Pakistan stay there. Protected by distance, by complicated legal systems, by time passing, and priorities shifting. Stallard and Hayles, charged with manslaughter and conspiracy to rob. They'll face trial, evidence overwhelming. Conviction likely. But Qasim? Qasim? And fourth man? They're beyond reach. Free, in Pakistan. Probably thinking they got away with it. They haven't. 2023. Stallard and Hayles trial proceeds at Birmingham Crown Court. Their defense strategy: minimize culpability, accept responsibility for robbery conspiracy, accept presence at scene, but argue they didn't personally inflict fatal wounds. That was Qasim. They're guilty of robbery attempt, yes. But manslaughter requires proving their actions contributed to outcome. Prosecution strategy: joint enterprise doctrine. UK law recognizes that when multiple people participate in crime, all share responsibility for foreseeable consequences. If 4 people plan robbery, and during robbery someone causes serious harm, all 4 are culpable, even those who didn't personally attack. The legal question: was serious violence foreseeable consequence of armed robbery? Prosecution argues yes. Defense argues no, claimed it was supposed to be threats only. The evidence presented: forensic proof of their presence at scene, mobile phone records showing coordination before incident, witness testimony about multiple attackers, expert testimony about nature of wounds, evidence about how Hopley tried to escape and crashed. The verdict: guilty of manslaughter. Guilty of conspiracy to rob. The reasoning: even if they didn't personally attack Hopley, they participated in crime that led to his demise. They were there. They were part of plan. They share responsibility. The sentences: Nicholas Stallard, 13 years imprisonment. Paul Hayles, 10 years imprisonment. Different sentences reflect different levels of involvement. Stallard, possibly more active participant. Hayles, older, possibly more peripheral role. Judge considers individual circumstances. But both going to prison for substantial time. Robbery that was supposed to be quick, easy money has destroyed their lives. Meanwhile, Mohammed Qasim sits in Pakistan, watching UK news, seeing his former accomplices convicted, knowing he's wanted for more serious charges. Murder, not manslaughter. Because he's the one who personally attacked Hopley. He's the primary perpetrator. His culpability much greater. If UK authorities ever catch him, life imprisonment almost certain. Murder with weapon during commission of robbery. Mandatory life sentence. Minimum term, probably 25 to 30 years. His options: stay in Pakistan indefinitely, always looking over shoulder. Return to UK voluntarily. Face consequences. Wait and hope UK forgets about him. Most fugitives choose option 1. Stay hidden. Build new life. Never return. Mohammed Qasim makes different choice. Autumn 2023. Approximately 1 year after incident, he boards flight from Pakistan to England. Why? The question haunts everyone following case. Why would fugitive voluntarily return to face murder charges? Possible theories. Extradition pressure. Maybe Pakistani authorities eventually cooperated. Maybe UK diplomatic pressure worked. Maybe Qasim realized extradition inevitable and chose to return voluntarily for better treatment. Problem: if extradition forced, why phrase it as return? Court documents say he returned and was arrested on his return, suggests voluntary travel. Family reasons: maybe family still in UK, maybe personal situation in Pakistan became untenable. Maybe homesickness or family pressure convinced him to return. Problem: seems unlikely someone would voluntarily accept life imprisonment for family reasons. Unless situation in Pakistan was genuinely worse than British prison. Legal calculation: maybe he believed he could win at trial. Maybe solicitors convinced him evidence wasn't as strong as he thought. Maybe he believed he could argue self-defense or diminished responsibility. This seems most plausible, perhaps, he thought. Stallard and Hayles only got manslaughter. Maybe I can too. Maybe jury will be sympathetic. Maybe I can get 12 years instead of life. If so, catastrophic miscalculation. Life as fugitive, maybe life on run in Pakistan was unbearable. Always hiding, always paranoid, always waiting for knock on door, Maybe turning himself in seemed preferable to permanent exile. Whatever the reason, autumn 2023, Mohammed Qasim arrives at UK airport. Immigration check. Passport scanned. Computer beeps. Alert appears. Wanted. Arrest, immediately. Officers approach. Mohammed Qasim. Yes. You're under arrest on suspicion of murder and conspiracy to rob. You do not have to say anything. But it may harm your defense if you do not mention when questioned something which you later rely on in court. Handcuffed, taken to custody, transported to Birmingham, charged formally, remanded in custody pending trial. No bail. Flight risk obvious, he already fled once. He'll remain in prison until trial. His solicitor probably thinking, why did he come back? Why? But too late now. He's back. He's charged. Trial is inevitable. March 12, 2024. Birmingham Crown Court. 6-week trial begins. Qasim pleads not guilty, claims self-defense. Prosecution presents DNA in vehicle, CCTV footage. Mobile phone records coordinating attack. Flight to Pakistan proving guilt. April 22nd. Verdict guilty on both charges. April 26, 2024. Sentencing hearing. Judge. Mohammed Qasim. You approached Richard Hopley's vehicle under false pretenses. Produced knife. Attacked violently. Fled to Pakistan. Your actions showed callous disregard for human life. You took his life for financial gain. Minimum term before parole eligibility, 30 years.